Hey, I'm Carl. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now, I'm not a professional woodworker, but I do make projects every now and then. And one of the tools that I have is a router. Now, I've got two of them. One's an older Black & Decker, and one is a Porter Cable Palm router. Like I said, I don't use them very often. Last time I used one may have been 3 months ago. And I was at Home Depot. I found these RYOBI ONE Plus routers on sale. So I got to thinking, this is probably just what I need. I have plenty of batteries. I got plenty of RYOBI tools. So I purchased one of these battery operated routers. Granted, it's not as powerful as a corded router. I do realize that. But for me, this might just be exactly what I need. So let me go over this. I already took it out of the box. Let's go over this together, and I'm going to try this out outside, and we'll see if I like it. Hopefully I do, because I already took it out of the box. Appreciate you watching. Okay, here we go. Now, before we get started, I'm going to stress that this tool is not made for the professional woodworker that's going to be using a router constantly on their job, or the owner that is going to be using it for their home projects a lot. This is just for the occasional user. It is not meant to replace other routers with a cord, and it does have its limitations. So, to get started, it has cuts over 500 feet per charge, and that would depend on which size battery you use. Fine finished results. Precise depth control. Comes with a 3-year warranty. Bottle number P601. There we go. Different odds and ends on the side of the box. Let's see here. 1/4 inch collet size and 29,000 RPMs. Let's see here. Die cast base for maximum durability. Quick release lever for easy depth adjustments and base removal. That's about the basics on here. It does come with a instructional manual and a wrench. So this takes 1/4 inch router bits, which is a reason why you wouldn't want to use this professionally, because using it constantly you need at least a 3/8 inch, preferably 1/2 inch collet. Size of the shank on the router bit. Now this is 1/4 inch shank router bits. I don't know where I got this set, but it's not the best set out there, but it works for all I need to use it for. Now 1/4 inch means that you're not going to want to, these are tight in here. Try to get one of these out without cutting my fingers. Get one out again. Okay. Now, since it is a 1/4 inch, it is much better for you to make multiple passes at one time instead of one deep pass at one time. So if you need to go 1/2 inch deep into a piece of wood, it's better to go 1/8 inch deep at a time and adjust your depth. That will help reduce breakage on these bits. Safety reasons. Okay. Another thing, when you're putting your router bit in, let me loosen these up. Do not push it. There we go. Loosen this up a little bit. You do not want to push your router bit Just one sec here. Let me loosen up this collet nut right here. Take it out. You do not want to push your router bit all the way down to the bottom. You want to bring it out from the bottom around 1/8 inch. So, one reason is these router bits, if they're, this one's got a little chamfer on it, very small chamfer. Let's see if you can see that. A lot of these router bits are just flat on bottom. And a lot of the router, the holder part right here is rounded on the bottom. So if you shove it in there, you put rounded on top of square, it's going to want to push it out a little bit. So leave it about 1/8 inch from the bottom every time you load a router bit. That's two very important safety tips when using these routers. It doesn't matter which router you use, which type. Do not always push it to the bottom. Okay, while we have this router bit out, before we go over this machine, since I already have the router bit out, loosen this handle right here, this little locking mechanism. Push in this little knob, put the router bit in, push it all the way down, pull it out 1/8 inch, take your wrench and tighten it up. However much it takes to tighten it up. Now you do not want to really torque it down with all your strength, but you want a really, really good, tight, snug fit on this. So, let's say that's what I need. Then I'll lock it back into place. There you go. That's how you load a router bit. It has a micro adjust right here. You just turn this, and the base will move up or down. Okay. So since we already have that loaded up, let's go ahead and take this out. And let's just go ahead and go over the features on this little palm router. So let me take the battery out. I'm going to twist this a little bit, push this down, push it around this, or twist this until it locks into place. And then just loosen this up. Take the bit out, put it aside. We'll lock this back up. There we go. Does not have the battery in it, which will go right here. This is a 3 amp battery. You'll see it has this torpedo type. It just, there you go. That's all you got to do. It does have a comfort rubberized grip right here, make it comfortable to use, but most likely I will use it like this on my wood. Has a little ruler right here for your depth, right, so you can see how deep you go. Clear base. Now I am told that RYOBI doesn't have a fence that works with this, but Rigid palm router has a fence that will fit this palm router right here. I do not have one yet, but when I get one I'll show it to you. So, pretty nice. So let's try something out right here. I'm going to put the battery in. It's on. Let's see here. You see my 4 lights light up. It's on full charge. On my phone, I have a sound meter. Whoops. If I don't tear up my phone first. There we go. Come on, turn. There we go. Have a sound meter right here. A free app. I don't know what the name of this app is. Just if you want something similar to this, just go to, I use Android, so Play Store and look for sound meters. There we go. Whoops. Okay. How loud is this? Now we are indoors and I'm not routing any wood right now. So we're just going to see how loud this is. Here's the on and off switch. Right here. Conveniently located by the handle right here. This is very top heavy, but if you're careful and think about what you're doing, it won't tip over on you. But it is top heavy, very top heavy. Okay, sound meter. Let's turn this thing on. Now it was fluctuating from 88 to 92, so I'm just going to call it 90 decibels. Pretty nice little router right here. I'm going to enjoy using this. So make sure when you use this, helps to wear dust protection from breathing it in and eye protection. So we're going to go outside, probably tomorrow, the next day, when it quits raining. We'll give this thing a test drive with one of these router bits. But so far, like I said, I'm not going to use this every day. Most of my stuff that I use a router for is either just rounding over or chamfering or something to that effect. So, let's come back to you. And I'll tell you my overall feeling when I get done with it. Okay folks, here's the router again, and I was using a 1/4 inch round over bit with a roller bearing, and there's some dust shavings in here. Pretty interesting how that just stacked up. And here is the first board that I used. 3/4 inch piece of pine. Went through this with no problem. Here's the little profile right here. It's kind of hard to see. And the second piece was a approximately 1/2 inch piece of oak that I have. And right here had a little bit of burning where I slowed down, but that's not the router's fault. That's the bit's fault. Like I said earlier, These aren't the best bits in the world, but they will do in a pinch. So it easily went through this piece of oak, and this has been on my shelf for probably 7 or 8 years, so it's very well dried and hard as a rock. But anyway, you saw how it performed. So I'm going to like this thing. This thing going to get a lot of use. Like I said earlier, it is very top heavy. I think once I get used to it and used to how it performs and best way of holding it, I think it's going to be ideal for my situation. RYOBI, I think I paid, I don't know what I paid. But right now it has the 4 amp battery in it, 3 amp battery. And pretty nice. I like it a lot. So if you have one of these, tell me how you like yours. Or tell me if you plan on buying one. I'll be interested to know that. So, my name is Carl. I do appreciate you watching.